So, the gift of Tibetan Cranial, that was the gift of the East. That's what the wise men came. At least that's what I believe. I believe the wise men came to Jesus, and they performed the gift of Tibetan Cranial. And they touched the skull of baby Jesus and caressed it with prayer mantras and the voice of the nectar of God. The voice that is indescribable. Because when you attain heightened transcendence and intimate connection with the Lord, there are no more words except bliss and love and harmony. You see that you're found again? The gift of words is that we can find time and space, that we can find value in time and space. Because when you speak your truth and you speak your words, you are transcending time and you are stamping reality that this happened, that I honored the Lord, and that Jesus, his message of love, his message of community, his message of brotherly and sisterly connection, that we're all the children of God. That is the message of the Son of God. It is. Ever so often God will come down. And God will call for love. Don't you see we're so lucky to be alive? All those special moments you've had with your friends and your family. Don't you see those moments are gifts? They are in this shape and form. That you're not some screamy little green blob. Don't you see how beautiful the human form is? Don't you see how creative and how innovative and how even fallible humans are? It's because they're free to make mistakes and free to learn from them. This is a gift of reality. And so, if it's simulated by a very powerful, very, very powerful, very, very powerful Lord. God is the Lord of love. So, think before you act. Think before you act. Slow down a bit. Slow down a bit and find the cadence of life. And you will see that all of reality is connected. That we all live in a spiritual realm. And that the spiritual realm is the home of God. And that because of God, we are luck. That God gave us luck. The luck of life is the breath of life. And so, having divine love is the greatest gift of all. Because when you're in love with God, you're in love with yourself, and you're in love with your parents, and you're in love with all your friends, and you're in love with everyone. Every single person. Because you see that we're all born as innocent souls. So we suspend judgment. We always suspend judgment at the end of the day. Okay? That's why it's not eye for an eye. It's not anymore. It's love and being the bigger person. Being the strongest force possible. And that's what we're going towards in our reality. Every day we're stepping closer and closer to this new vision of reality. And so for me, that's a special thing. Because if you're lost in time and space, you will be found. you will be found by divine grace, because divine grace is the greatest power. It gives you love, and it gives you joy. It dispels all your darkness and all of your concerns. Because you see that it's not so bad when you have those moments of calm, that you will not spoil them away, but rather you will preserve and treasure them, and use them as a vehicle for your own personal uplifting. Because that is the gift of the divine, is that you are able to learn from your mistakes and ride the wave of your own faults. And I know it's an unfair world, and I know that people cheat, and people harm, and people violate the rights of others. And I know there are many wars, and I know there are many conflicts, and I know that there are many solutions out there as well. And because of the power of solutions, we can have a better tomorrow. That was the gift. That was the gift from the divine, is that we can have a better tomorrow. And that is love. So see, when you are given a gift of life, you will not throw it away. Rather, you will respect it. And you will respect your neighbors, and you will respect your friends, and you will learn to respect those you do not like either. Because you will see that we all share a common bond, and that whatever we're fighting about is just because we love each other. It's just because we love each other we are fighting. Like one family not understanding that it is love that we're fighting for. That we're controlling over each other because we love each other. That we want each other to change because we love each other. That we want better for others because we love each other. And we want to push out fun and perhaps recklessness out of each other because we want to see each other through ourselves. And that's why people do stupid things. Because they want to see the mistakes of reality reflected in each other's eyes. How are we going to deal with this situation now that we got this car in a ditch? That's why people do the most ridiculous things, is to learn from each other. So all of these stunts, all of these pranks, all of the hurtful words, all of the fights, all of the misunderstandings, all of that was just because we wanted to learn from each other and understand reality. And so now that we've come to terms with this, we can just forgive each other. So that's why I'm calling for 2024 on Jesus' birthday, December 25th. I'm calling for a total day of forgiveness. That we wash away all of our past mistakes. That we really forgive each other and don't hold each other for our past words anymore and for our past actions. Because we all say really evil and stupid and reckless things that we do not mean. Because the universe is so big that the channel of the universe comes through us, and words and actions sometimes come out that are not our own. It's almost like being possessed by an alien demonic force. And that does not mean that people should start acting like crazy just because they can blame that on that. Because this force has already been here. It's the force of your own ignorance. The force of not wanting to be your true self. And the force of not understanding reality. There's so much fear in not knowing that when we don't know, we try to start inventing reality. And that is the biggest mistake. Because if you just take back a seat and sit under the tree and look up to the sky and thank God that you are here, it becomes so much more simple. And we can have this very simple dialogue where we say, oh my gosh, we're literally all the same. We're literally all the same. We just want to live. We want others to be happy. We want to be happy. We don't want anyone to be exploited. We don't want anyone to be hurt that doesn't deserve it. And even saying that is going too far. Because a true sage will always rise above and find a new answer that will bring us back to this common core. Because we live in an endless ocean of God's wisdom. and we are free to drink from that water every single day. There's so much water in the well of God, that we can float in it, and we can use it as our life source. So really step back for a moment and just honor the blissfulness of existence. It's truly divine.